So today we are looking at expanding triple brackets and more advanced expanding as well. So first thing what I want to do is just have a look at some of the simpler ones. Now, the best way I feel to expand brackets is to use the grid method. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because I'm kind of thinking ahead. So if you want to do things like A-level maths and other things, the grid method works really well with a topic which is called binomial expansion. And different things like that. But for now, it does also work really well for this. A lot of people talk about FOIL, but to be honest, I feel I really hate FOIL. And the reason I hate it is because it only works for two brackets. It doesn't work for those triple brackets or things that are kind of 2 or 3. And this one does work quite well. So let's have a go at this one here first. This one here is example 1. So I'm just going to do an easy example just to get us started. And then we're going to move on to the more advanced stuff. I just want to try and kind of get us in the right frame of mind for this. So, with this one here, example 1, I've said expand the double bracket. Now, a common mistake all the way through to A-level, I see people do this, is they square the x, square the 2, and they say x squared plus 4, and it's not right, okay? With this one here, what you need to do, x minus 2 squared means x minus 2 times by x minus 2, like so. And that's your starting point with this one. So I would then draw my grid out like so, and I end up with x minus 2, x minus 2. Now remember, I'm timesing everything in the first bracket by everything in the second bracket. So x times x is going to be x squared. X times negative 2 is going to be negative 2x. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x, and negative 2 times by negative 2 is positive 4. Then what we need to do is we need to write all these out. Now you can, if you want to, simplify it before you write them out, because it's usually, not all the time, but it's usually these diagonals here which simplify. So with this one here, I'm going to write it out just so we can make it really clear. So x squared minus 2x minus 2x plus 4, but we know we can simplify these ones here. Now thinking about the negatives, where I'm starting the negative 2, I'm taking away a further 2, so I end up with x squared minus 4x plus 4. Brilliant. Okay, have a little go at that one on the right hand side. Have a little go at that one on the right hand side. Not going to give us too long to do it. Crack on. So let's have a look at this first one then. So the first thing I need to do is to write the bracket. In fact, yeah, I will do this one. So the first thing I need to do, I'll write my grid here like so. And I've got here 4x plus 3 and 4x minus 5. 4x times 4x is 4 times 4 is 16. X times x is x squared. 4x times 3 is 12x. Negative 5 times by 4x is negative 20x. And the last one, negative 5 times by 3 is negative 15. Then I write them out, so 16x plus the 12x minus the 20x minus 15. I'm simplifying these ones here, which is going to be 16x squared minus 4x minus 15 minus 8x. What am I doing this morning? Brilliant. Okay, let's just check those answers. Brilliant. I think we should be fine with those. Okay. So I'm going to have a look at a trickier one here now. Now these ones here look horrible, and that's because they are trickier. Okay. Now this is the more advanced ones that I've seen come up recently. These are actually both taken from an Excel paper. So I'm going to have a go at this one on the left hand side here. So this one here is example 2. Okay, this one here is example 2. Now the thing that makes this difficult is that negative in the middle, because I know that we can square the first one. We know how to do that. I know that we can square the second one. I know that we know how to do that. But people make the mistake with that negative in the middle, because actually you've got to take away everything which is inside that bracket, which is the hard part. So the way that I'm going to do this, I'm going to break this up into 2 different parts. The first squared, then the second squared. So let's do that first. So 2x plus 1 times by 2x plus 1. And then I write this out like so. And that's going to be 2x plus 1, 2x plus 1. So then 2x times by 2x is 4x. 2x times by 1 is 2x. 4x squared, sorry. 2x times by 2x is 2x. And 1 times 1 is 1. So then, for this one over here, it's very similar, but it's different, isn't it? Because we've got that minus in the middle. Okay, so 2x minus 1 and 2x minus 1, using the grid method, is going to be 2x minus 1, 2x minus 1. 2x times by 2x is 4x squared. 2x times by negative 1 is negative 2x. 2x times by negative 1 again is equal to negative 2x. And negative 1 times by negative 1 is positive 1, so just be careful of that. Now before I do anything, I am going to simplify these as I'm doing them. So these ones here will come together, and these ones here will come together. So I'm left with here 4x squared plus 4x plus 1, like so. Now, in fact, I'm going to leave that for a second. I'm going to simplify this one, which is 4x squared minus 2x, take away another 2x, is minus 4x plus 1. Now, the thing that makes this tricky is, as I said, that negative inside, because actually, what we need to do here is we need to subtract all of this. Okay, that's what makes it hard. A lot of people just subtract that first term. But actually, when you're subtracting these, you need to subtract all of that bracket. And that means I need to subtract 4x squared. Now, the other part, tricky part here is you're subtracting negative 4. And we know when we minus a minus, it makes it positive, which is the same as adding. So in fact, I'm actually going to expand this bracket out just so we can see it. So 4x squared plus 4x plus 1. If I'm subtracting this one here, the first term, 4x squared, it's going to be minus 4x squared. If I'm subtracting negative 4x, it's going to be positive 4x. And if I'm subtracting 1, it's just going to be minus 1. Then we can see that a lot of these terms cancel. So 4x squared, take away 4x squared is nothing. 4x plus 4x is 8x. And 1 take away 1 is actually nothing as well. So we're just left with 8x. Okay? It's tricky that. And the thing that's new, or the thing that's tricky about this, is this bracket here. So we're subtracting all of the terms here. Which means that basically all of the symbols need to be the opposite, don't they? Okay? Alright. Have a little go at that one on the right hand side. Be careful with that. You don't need to do anything with the 3. You need to square the bracket first, then subtract everything which is inside that bracket. Okay? Have a little go at that one on the right. Okay, so let's have a little go at this one on the right. So the first thing that I need to do is to expand this bracket on the right. So I'm going to keep the 3 where it is, and I'm just going to expand this bracket over here. So I know that this bracket is x minus 2 times by x minus 2. I'm going to do that in a grid like so. And so it's x minus 2, x minus 2. X times by x is x squared. X times by negative 2 is negative 2x. X times by negative 2 is negative 2x. And negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Then I'm going to simplify this straight away here like so. And so this here is x squared minus 4x plus 4. That's what that bracket is, okay? Now I'm just going to put a line down here so we know that this is separate, okay? Let me just move this over a touch. So the thing that is new and the thing that is tricky is the fact, I'm just going to rewrite this out actually, minus 3 minus x minus 2 all squared. Now we know that that x minus 2 all squared is this part over here, don't we? We know that that's that, but we've got to use the bracket around all of it. It's 3 minus all of x squared minus 4x plus 4. Now if I'm subtracting every single term in there, it means that all the terms change symbol. So it's 3 minus x squared minus 4 is positive 4x, and minus 4 is the minus 4 there. So most people got the last 2 terms right. It was just the, there's a few mistakes actually. So now I need to simplify this. Now this last part I need to do to simplify this is this 3 here minus the 4. I can't do anything with the others because they are x squared and 4x and they're separate terms. So 3 minus 4 is equal to minus 1. So I end up with here a strange looking quadratic, which is, I say strange because we don't have a positive x squared, do we? It's minus x squared plus 4x, and then 3 minus 4 was the minus 1. Okay, so I think most people got the expanding part right, but remember we're doing 3 minus all of that. Okay, you've got to minus all of that bracket, which is the tricky part. Okay, this here we need to minus, subtract all of that bracket, which means the symbol in each of those change. Okay, so let's have a go now at, let's just check that. Minus x squared plus 4x minus 1, yeah, good, and then 8x. So we're going to have a go at some expanding triple brackets now, okay? Because these do come up all the time. This is one of the things that came from the mocks that people made a mistake on, okay? Now the best way to expand a triple bracket, this one here isn't example 1, it's example 3, isn't it? So example 3 here. The best way to do this is to expand the first 2 brackets like you would normally, and then expand that or times that by your third bracket. Now it doesn't matter which order you do these in, you can do the first 2, you can do the second 2. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the second 2 here, like so, first. So I'm going to expand the last 2. So expand the last 2 brackets first. So if I do that, I'm going to end up with here, let's sub more in, 2x plus 3. And I end up with x and 6. So 2x times by x is 2x squared. 3 times by x is 3x. 6 times by 2x is 12x. And 6 times by 3 is 18. When I simplify these, I know that I'm bringing these 2 terms together. which is now going to be 2x squared plus 15x plus 18. Now remember that I've only expanded out these first two brackets. So actually what I need to do is I still need to multiply by this bracket here. Okay? And I do that by doing exactly the same process. So I'm going to, once I've expanded those last two, I'm going to put my bracket here and I want to times this by that first bracket, which is 8x plus 1. Now this is why I think that the grid method is the best, because we can simply do that now. We can simply, I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller, so we've got enough room. We know that when we're doing this, it's going to be, we're going to need, instead of having 2 by 2, it's going to be 2 by 3 now. So let's draw it down here. So 1, 2, 3 terms, which is because there's x squared, 15x and 18. And then across there are, try and make this neater, 2 terms there. So it's going to be 8x times by plus 1, all times by 2x squared plus 15x plus 18. So 8x times by 2x squared is 16x cubed. X times x squared is x cubed. 8x times 15x, no, I'm going to get this wrong in my head now, so I'm going to do it in the calculator so I don't mess up. It's 120, but I'm going to check anyway. 8 times by 15 is equal to 120. I just didn't want to make the mistake, okay? 120x. 8 times by 18. Again, I'm not going to work it out in my head. 8 times by 18 is equal to 144. It is, yes, sorry, my fault. It is 120x squared because x times x is x squared, spot on, yeah. And this one here is 144x, isn't it? Then I need to do 1 times by 2x squared, which is equal to 2x squared. 1 times by 15x, which is 15x. And 1 times by 18, which is 18. And then what I need to do, now, very similar to the last ones, it's the diagonals here which simplify. X squared and x squared, and the 15x and the 144x. Now I'm going to simplify these together, okay? So it's going to be 16x cubed plus 120 plus 2x, sorry, 120x squared plus 2x squared is 122x squared. 15x plus 144x is 154, 159x plus the 18 at the end. Brilliant. Okay, so